Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. Today we are asking, how is a past life contributing to your current situation? So we're going to check in on whether there is an element of a past life that is influencing or being played out or connected to the karmic position of where you are now, something that is going on around you, your current situation. How does this connect to your past life? And I will be trying to get as much information as possible to see if there's anything that you need to do. You know, is there anything you need to be active in to kind of process this, to move it forwards? Or indeed, could it be somebody arriving from a past life? Who knows? We will find out. But we are looking at a past life connection, or a past life circumstance contributing to your current circumstances. So we have three beautiful cards to choose from, to guide you into the piles, and I'm going to draw a token as well. So let us look at the cards first of all. Welcome everybody, welcome back. If you are returning, welcome. If you are new, thank you so much for being here. And if any of the cards today or any of the tokens, anything that I use today, if anything is really singing to you and you want to find out a little bit more about them, I will list everything below so you can check out all of the cards that I'm using. So we have the card of expansion. Educate your mind and senses. And this is card number 16, if that is important to you, that number. So that is pile 1. Pile 2, we have card number 21, illuminate the shadow, focus on a solution. This is for pile 2. And for pile 3, card number 31, we have secret temptation, being led astray. This is for pile 3. Okay. Now, let's look at a token for each one. Okay, so pile 1, your token is number 8, and we have a little person holding up, it looks like they're in the gym. I think these are dumbbells holding up these weights. So card number 8, interesting. Sorry, token number 8, but token number 8 sitting with card number 16. That's interesting. That may be relevant to some of you. Okay, your token for pile 2 is 61. This is the snowflake. Interesting. So 61 sitting with 21. And pile 3, we have 2 masks. We have 72. This is with pile 3. Okay, so my beautiful souls, I'm going to leave the video running for a few moments longer, as I always do, just to give you a little bit more time if you want to sit with the cards and the tokens and see what is singing to you. You may be drawn to more than one pile. That often happens. So, just trust your gut feeling. See whether it's a token that's reaching out to you or a card. If you begin a reading and you think it's really not resonating with you, it may be that another one is better. That can sometimes happen. But at this point, just sit with the cards, the energy, and the tokens, and see which of the readings are speaking to you. And I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading now. I think this is fascinating with this figure holding up the weights. But also it's interesting, isn't it? Like pushing apart, expansion, educate your mind and senses. I feel that there could be quite a breakthrough moment really happening around you, really releasing, pushing your way out of some kind of a past limitation, overcoming something, moving from strength to strength. Let's see what your oracle cards are saying before we dive too much into your reading, and let's really find out what connection is there to a past life in your current situation. And actually, I'm seeing these two as well. Can we get information about what to do about it? Is there anything you need to do? How are you processing this? We will get as much information as we possibly can for you. Okay. Actually, I'm hearing just the one from this pack. Okay, so we have Mars action. Wow, and look at the energy of Mars present in the image of this card. Mars, the drive for something or the confronting of something. Energized, forcing yourself to do something, pushing yourself. That's what I'm seeing here, pushing yourself and pushing through something. We have spiritual values. We have the 9th house, long range thinking or travel, things that are to be shared. The philosophies and the laws of things, doing something in a big way, absolutely expanding, as if it or they come from all there is. Wow. Okay, we have strength. Wow, going from strength to strength. A balancing act. How interesting. This is just fascinating. We then have the dry desert, and then we have spark. Okay. And then we have I remember, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Wow. Let me just see if I can adjust my lighting a moment to see if that's going to make the cards a little clearer for you. I hope that will. I'm going to bring these down here, actually, and move these along. So I hope we can get all of these in a row at the top. Yes, I think we can. Perfect. Perfect. I think, my beautiful souls, that you are already in a space of remembering. Now, the remembering is remembering who you are, as in, it's like, how can I voice this? Gosh, it's like a complex message that I need to voice. And there's like different pieces of it. It's like a little jigsaw. It's coming together. That I can tell you. There is something of your situation right here and right now that is the coming together of many, many lifetimes. I need to say, my beautiful souls, that you are an old soul. You have deeply, deeply spiritual connections. And you have had deeply spiritual connections in many lives. This is not the first time that you have lived and walked a spiritual pathway. I think you have had many lives where you have walked that pathway. I'm seeing, for some of you, pyramids, actually. I'm seeing the pyramids, you know, like being a priest or a priestess in those times. I'm also being shown, like I'm seeing almost in the English countryside, like witches. You know, you've walked a spiritual pathway in many different shapes and forms, ranging from like being a spiritual, like a deity almost, or being working within a church or different religions, but also like I'm seeing those sort of witchy images and the pyramids also. You have literally, probably almost every life you've lived, you have connected to some aspect of being attuned to a spiritual pathway in whatever era or time that was relevant. Now, what is coming together at the moment is almost like your ability to embody spirituality, hence the balancing act, to embody spirituality as an earthly being. It's like to bring the two together. I think, you know, if you were a high priestess in Egypt, for example, That would, you couldn't really have had marriage and a home and a family. This is what's coming together now. This just said, gosh, many layers coming through here. Wow, I feel a little bit blown away. So right, let me just really sit with this. You're bringing in now, firstly, the ability to manifest spirituality, to walk that spiritual pathway, but within a human life. So, and within the so it's rather than being like part of a sect or a group that might have isolated you. It's about integrating spirituality into what it means to be a human being. And of course, humanity is currently being upgraded. And you have quite a significant part to play in this. A part of you is being activated in a way that you are remembering all of those life's experiences, whether you were revered or whether you were persecuted. It's like you're bringing all of this information, it's this sacred information into your life now. Now, I think that you have, during your life, possibly felt quite isolated with the dry desert. This is now changing because you've always somehow known. I think you've always somehow known that you're here with purpose. Even probably as a really small child, you will have had like a greater connection to the stars than to your human experience. You may have been one of those people, and there are many people here who have as a small child, you will have either experienced, astral, out-of-body experiences, looked at the stars and felt that you belonged more with them than with your human family and your connections. But this is a time, and this is right now, your current situation, your current circumstances, this is all coming together. You're able to push out of your earthly experience and integrate it with your spiritual awareness from many, many lives. Some of you do it in a big way, action, the confronting of. Some of you will have potentially felt outcast, possibly persecuted or targeted in your current life, I think. That may even be going on a little bit around you. You may feel a little bit different, or indeed very different, that square peg in a round hole kind of feeling. But whatever your personal circumstances, you are about to break free from the restrictions of and the judgments that have and the expectations that have come with walking a spiritual pathway. As I said, whether you were revered or indeed whether you were persecuted, whatever the numerous lifetimes you've had, this is a time when you remember all of those, or the essence of the learning of all of those experiences is coming into being in a big way. It is as if, the philosophies and the laws involved, it is as if you are now able to fully embody and openly embody the laws of the universe and bring them forth within your human experience. And your current situation is a period of the culmination of this, the opening up, the expanding of this. Okay, so you are going to be taking action. Let's draw some tarot cards. We'll draw from the Akashic Tarot. First of all, I have another pack as well. So we have here the Sands of Time. It's interesting, it kind of came out in reverse, but not quite. So I'm actually going to place it here. It sort of felt like, it was neither upright nor reverse. Now, in an upright position, it kind of tells you that, almost as if timing is of the essence and you need to take action. I'm not getting that message here, but I think timing is of the essence. I'm not seeing it there being an urgency or anything you have to take action in per se that's specific. I just see that this is just telling us that the window of time is now. This is why you're here. This is what's happening. We've got Archangel Raphael, interestingly enough, also coming out literally horizontally. I think this is just fascinating. I'll talk about Archangel Raphael in a minute. we have the Queen of Scrolls and we have the Karmic Trench, both coming out in an upright position. Okay, right. So what we have here is, let's look at the Karmic Trench first. The Karmic Trench is a card that says there's a repeating pattern. So something that's going on at the moment, a circumstance or a situation, you have experienced this before. It's like the resonance of it. Like, for example, if you are feeling like a square peg in a round hole, or there's something going on around you, you're going to break free from it this time. You're going to expand beyond it. But in the past, you couldn't. This would be like if you were, I don't know, let's say you're a tarot reader and you're experiencing, and in the past you were a witch, for example, or you read cards in the past. Previously you were persecuted for it. Now you're not going to be persecuted for it. You can break free of those limitations and those restrictions. If you are writing something, writing a book, and sacred knowledge is coming through you. If you'd written that, you tried to write that book before, and you may have been restricted, or it just wasn't the right time. You know, like you were born ahead of your time. You had that knowledge, but you couldn't bring it forth. The spark of creativity is now with you. With the Queen of Scrolls, this is also you're fulfilling a contract. So you may have tried to bring something forth previously but couldn't. Just the restrictions of the time that you were born in. If you were an artist and you were unable to really achieve that worldly success because you were ahead of your time almost, now you can. Whatever you are, whatever's going on around you, it's something you're doing something now that you have within a past life done before, but you couldn't achieve it because of the time of it. And it was literally of the times, the historical times. Now this is different. Now you can break that cycle. Now you can expand. You can go from strength to strength. You can succeed. Now, Archangel Raphael is very interesting, because Archangel Raphael very often comes to us within a human form. Now, this card is neither upright nor reverse. Now, I see the energy of Archangel Raphael is absolutely around you. I think in this horizontal position, I think that firstly, I would say that Archangel Raphael has walked with you in a previous life before, and you may well have had direct communications with him. It's interesting, actually. I came across a lovely conversation. I'll see if I can find the link. Note to self, put it in the description box below. I'll do that. Bear with me. I'm actually going to make a note so I do remember to do that. Because when I'm in the readings, I'm just in the readings. I don't hold on to extras. I'm going to pause the video and write that down. But right, I've done that. So I will put a link below in the description box for you of someone who channels Archangel Raphael. I came across that in a conversation, and she has her own YouTube channel, and the messages are beautiful, and really, 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 I mean, you can feel the energy of Archangel Raphael. I think some of you have had direct communications with Archangel Raphael in a past life. You have done his work in a past life, and I think there is an element of his work that you have come here to do now. So it's very much connected to healing. And I think he is also saying, rather than appearing in the form of another human being, I think actually he wishes to speak through you. There is something of his energy in the work that you are doing, or the contract that you've made. You weren't able to bring it forth fully in a past life. You've almost had, as I said, many past life experiences where you have walked this spiritual pathway. Now is the time to expand and kind of come into your own. This is the time when you can manifest these gifts, this calling, this purpose, and you can manifest it fully. Previously, I think you couldn't because of the times that you were living in. But every experience you had has built within you a memory of the very essence of of this work, of this calling, and now is the time. I don't see it as a specific event. I see it as a pocket of time, a period of time, the time that we are now living in. That you are now, it's absolutely right for you to now be able to bring this forth, whatever this will be for you, something that couldn't be done before. And it's very connected to the energy and essence of Archangel Raphael and that healing energy. Pile 1, this is amazing. I'm actually just going to draw from another tarot pack just to say, can we just have a little sneaky peek as to how this pans out? Any other information? My goodness me, we have the Hierophant. I mean, so this is absolutely your calling, your purpose. Well, goodness me, what more can we say? I mean, this is like a confirmation. Right, interesting. And look at that, we have the High Priestess too, but you also have the Seven of Wands. Right now, I suspect you are still experiencing a little bit of competition or envy, or a little bit of, with the card of the Dry Desert, just a little bit of, or even a lot, the residue of people who still don't get it, or envy you for your gifts, or there's still an energy of something, and you're being asked to really let it go. You've got the Hierophant and the High Priestess. This is a period of time when you are being called to step up. Just let it go. If anything is going on around you, just don't be hindered back, and don't, because a part of you will remember how you were stopped before. When you meet a challenge, somebody who, if you're reading cards and you reach somebody who really puts you down for it, well, that's all rubbish, that kind of stuff. This is just an example, whatever you're working on. You will meet some opposition, because we're in a time of the sands, the shifting of sands is all I can say. Everything is changing by the day. And so you're going to meet stuff that's still of a very low vibration, but it can't hold you back this time. This is the message. It cannot hold you back this time. So just, let it be water off a duck's back. Ignore it. Don't let it bother you. This cannot hold you back this time. But a part of you will remember, and even sometimes plummet a little bit and feel like this is never going to happen. This is going to happen. Just trust and walk with this. Yeah, look at this Page of Swords. You are in a space of learning. Ideas are coming to you. Connections are coming to you. Sparks of information, imagination are coming to you. You're here to heal. You can heal from the things that have caused you damage in the past. Goodness me, I think you have experienced probably in past life a significant amount of persecution, actually. The wheel is now turning. The King of Wands, you can break free from this and be at the top of your game. Absolutely, this is such a confirmation. I can see that you are still processing and working through in a current situation something of that pattern of being shut down, persecuted. You can't be a spiritual person and walk and have a normal life and manifest this in a way that would bring you abundance, do it in a big way. Now you can. You can break free from this. You can leave the hurt behind. This is the life when all of that learning can actually come into play. This is the time. This is the time when you can expand, and everything that you've tried to do in a previous life or wanted to do can now actually manifest. This is the time. Pile 1, this is your reading. I am honoured to read for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you're interested in my readings and you would like to make sure that you never miss any, don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon. And my beautiful souls, this is your time. This is your time. You can come through this. You can overcome this. You can break free. And yeah, what more can I say? I am sending you the biggest hug ever. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, all the things that you do that support the channel. Don't forget to check out my other channel where I have my all zodiac sign readings for every month. And also, if you're interested in energy and working with energy, which may be relevant to some of you, do check out my Manifest with the Moon Astro Moon Diary, because it is a tool and it will teach you to manifest with the incoming energy from the moon and of course from the stars. Beautiful souls, thank you for being here. Tons of love. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. Let's find out, how is a past life present in your current situation? Interesting, you have illuminate the shadow and you have a snowflake. Focus on a solution. Now, in Native American traditions, snowflakes are said to carry our dreams. Every snowflake holds a dream, and when it lands and melts, it means that that dream can become a reality. It can sort of manifest, it can move into the earth and be embodied in the present time, I guess. Let's find out what we are being shown here for my beautiful pile 2s. May we kindly ask, please, about how a past life is connecting. I'm seeing this one and also that one there. How is a past life present in your current situation? Let's get as much information as we can about this. So we have all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. This is interesting. Turn your gaze within and illuminate the shadows, or illuminate the shadow. We have Dragon's Lair. Wizard of Awareness. This is so interesting. We have listening and heal the ouch. Okay. Oh my goodness me. Right. This is a huge thing. There is something that requires your... This is about some sort of looking within and really, really listening. Something that... something's hurt you. If this isn't resonating with you, I'll continue a bit. But if it's not resonating with you, because this is quite specific, if you're in a really joyous place and you feel you have no unhealed wounds, then I don't know that this may not be the right reading for you. You have a very, very deep-seated wound, and I think it's activated in your current situation. Dragon's Lair, look at this. What else do we have here? How interesting. We have Pisces. We've got spirituality to ultimately experience. So ultimately experiencing your own spirituality, your gifts, trusting your psychic knowledge. It also, there's indecision. I mean, Piscean energy can be about dreams, idealization, but it can also overwhelm. We've got to be a part of something, can be overwhelming. So there's a Piscean energy can feel overwhelming. It can be confusing. It's that energy of Pisces, of Neptune, where we can experience profound illumination, and yet we can also, on the contrary, in the lower vibration, feel very confused, like we're surrounded by fog. Isn't it interesting? We've got this sort of like awareness, illuminate the shadows, the Wizard of Awareness, listen rather than act. But we've also got this sort of heal the ouch and the Dragon's Lair, which means we're into territory where we feel we feel very vulnerable, very exposed. We also then have Mars energy action, confronting something, the things that drive us, feeling energized, trying to make yourself do something. So we've got Mars energy in Pisces, which is a very interesting mix. You know, Mars is about fire, passion, action. Pisces is water. I mean, what happens when we get water and fire together? We get steam. And that steam is powerful. That steam can burn and hurt, or it can empower like a locomotive. It can really move something forwards. So, past lives. There is definitely something activated within you right now, I think. I think that's why you're being asked to listen. It's, I say repeating. All roads, all paths lead home. I think this is almost like I think many of you are dealing with generational trauma. And that's what you're tackling right now in your current situation. And what this reading is saying is, look, it's not just generational trauma in terms of your current life, where you're dealing with things that your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents have experienced. You yourself have experienced these things in a past life as well previously. Now, there is something needs to be identified here. Let's get more information. I suspect what I have just said, that most of you will already know this. It's really interesting. I think you could well be thinking, well, Jenny, I knew that already. Okay, you know, I'm very aware I'm dealing with generational trauma because I think you have a high level of awareness. I think you know you're dealing with generational trauma. You quite possibly already know that you are dealing with you've experienced these things in a past life as well. I almost feel like what I'm saying is almost like teaching you to suck eggs kind of energy. But actually, let's just check in, because I think this reading, there are messages coming through that are, rather than just identifying this, I think it's about bringing information forwards to assist you to heal this. Okay, I'm seeing this and this. I'm going to turn these over in a moment. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing this. And I think there is another card coming through here for you. I do think this is coming through as well. I'll just put it to one side, and that one too. Right, let's look at these first. We've got the Queen of Scrolls and the Queen of Forces. Right, okay, this is very empowering. Oh, wowza. You've got the Seven of Keys, Ascent. You've got another Queen. Wow. Queen of Keys, you have the Muse. Okay, can we move these around? I think what we'll do is we'll put these here, and then we'll look at these three as well. You've got the Muse. You've got Intricacies and Industry. And then you have the King of Keys in the reverse position. Okay. How interesting. This is departing. Okay. It's time to let something depart from your life. Wonderful. I love that we have all of these queens, because the queen energy is always about looking within, understanding ourselves from within, taking the windy road, reflecting, considering. So, illuminating, healing. Right. Queen of Scrolls. I'll go back to what I was just saying. So I'm not teaching you to suck eggs. I think you probably already know. You're dealing with generational trauma. You've lived this stuff before. You can now take action. The information here is to take action gently. Now, you are going to be very, very empowered here. The current circumstances around you and the energy around you is arriving, the timing here, the contract almost like the Akashic contract, is here to help you to bring something into balance. Now, interestingly enough, I think for many of you, what you're dealing with is inequality. You are dealing with, now whether this is inequality between the masculine and the feminine, or inequality because of difference. I think for many of you it is to do with inequality between the masculine and the feminine. Because we've got the King of Keys in reverse, but the Queen of Keys in the upright position. So she's coming into her own power. The feminine is coming into balance. The Queen of Forces holds both the masculine and the feminine in perfect balance. However inequality comes into your world, that is what I think, that is what we're talking about here, actually, generationally. Inequality has, the generational trauma connects to inequality. So however that has manifested, whether that's come through a religious or spiritual pathway, or indeed through gender issues, through sexuality, through, I guess, poverty, where there's an imbalance, again, often between genders. But this, you are here to put this right. And there will be opportunities within you, in your lifetime, and I guess your current situation, for you to rise, and you can build something significant here. I feel like whatever you've tried to build before, it was almost like it would have been sabotaged. But this is now your time. Some of you may also feel like you're waiting for an opportunity to come in. The opportunity is coming. I think you are working very, very hard, and I think you have worked very hard to be where you are today in your personal achievements, and you are rising to a point. There's an affirmation in the Ascent card that you will be at the top of your game. You're absolutely going to get to the top of your game, whatever you're working on, especially with the Muse. You know, there's some element of real inspiration in your work, and you are going to be like a leader in your field, at the top of your game. But it will be sort of almost, I won't say unusual, but it would be like, you know, like pioneering. I remember going to a talk, it was a few years ago, and they were sort of stating statistics. I mean, it was a talk that was there to support inequality, you know, within the business world between men and women, effectively. And they were talking, they had lots of statistics, and sort of engineers came up, that there are very few women who are engineers, but that's changing. So you're here to change the landscape of equality in some way, shape or form. And that will be unique to you, whatever you are following. And as I said, it could be gender. For many of you, this does seem to focus on inequality between the masculine and the feminine, but it could come through sexuality, it could come through some element of lack. You could even be working in the justice system. You could be pioneering equality in some way, but that's what you're here to do. So there is something that is being played out in your current situation that connects to some element of generational trauma, the lives you've lived before, but this is very focused on equality. There's so much affirmation here that you will get to the top. What is interesting is this listening card that we had, and heal the ouch. Now, you might find that you are quite reactive. Mars in Pisces, we get a lot of steam. You might find that you're quite reactive to injustice and inequality. And I'm going to say, well, why wouldn't you be? You know, why shouldn't you feel passionate about inequality or injustice? It's not okay. But I think it triggers a response in you that is very, very powerful. And that's because you are dealing with generational trauma, and most importantly, in past lives, you've lived it. You've been there, done that, bought many t-shirts. You know what it's like to be on the receiving end of injustice, and you have experienced that in many lives before. You know, you've walked into the dragon's lair. You've been in the dragon's lair in many previous lifetimes. I think this is being triggered. Now, you can now get to the top of your game, and you can be seen, and you can achieve. You don't have to wait for your ship to come in. You can rise, but you've got to believe it. And even in the face of opposition, you've got to believe it. You've got to know you can do this. And I'm going to say to learn to listen and recognise When something is triggered within you, when you get a really strong reaction to something, you're getting a strong reaction because it's connected to the fact that you've been there, done that, and you were persecuted, targeted, you've experienced inequality. You have, whether that's in this lifetime, but also in previous lifetimes. This is the key. It's like if you think about anger as being a response. Anger, I write about emotions. If you're interested in my book about emotions, how to use your emotions as a source of empowerment, which might be very helpful to you, it's called Mindfulness Meets Emotional Awareness, and I will put a link in the description box below. It will really, really teach you how to harness that energy of emotion to your advantage. Now, anger is generally a secondary emotion. It's in response to something else. If you are hurt, you get angry. If you're frustrated, you get angry. If you are devastated, you get angry. It's a response to something else. It's always a secondary emotion, actually, almost always, because something else happens first, and then we're angry about it. Anger doesn't come out of nowhere. We don't just walk around being angry. We weren't born angry. It's in response to something. When you feel angry and fired up, it's connecting to more than just your current lifetime. You've had a build-up of this. If you are angry about something and you're not able to voice it in a healthy, successful way, like to be assertive or to create change, because anger has a lot of energy in it, and if you can harness that energy, it can move something forwards. We can be assertive. We can make a choice. I'm walking away from that. It's using that energy to create action. When we don't use that energy to create action, it becomes locked inside us. And everything you've ever been angry about, it's like your emotional filing cabinet. It's stored, everything is stored in the same filing system. So you've got one file for anger, one file for something else, for loss, one file for, all your other emotions that remain unresolved. When you have a file full of anger that's unresolved from lots of circumstances, including past lives, something can come along that's quite small, like you could stub your toe on a table, and it's like, why did I do that? And the anger drawer opens and you get all of the anger coming out. Not just the anger for the fact that you stubbed your toe or somebody left something in the room and you tripped over it. It's all of the anger that's connected to all the things that were unresolved that are sitting within you. And I'm not saying that you all have a backlog of anger, but what I'm saying is there is an intensity to your anger that connects to previous experiences. Some of you may have a filing cabinet full of anger because you've come into this world already with the memory that it's not okay to have a voice. You can't be heard. So you've never felt able to have a voice, or you were born into circumstances where generationally there were things present in the family of your birth origin that stopped you from having a voice, or you've grown up believing that you can't, or you don't deserve, whatever that message is, which has led you to have that filing cabinet with a lot of stuff in it. Now, I hope this is okay. Here I am, I've put my therapy hat on, but it just seems to be what I'm really seeing. You can do this differently. You can bring things into balance. You are to be empowered now. You can build a different future for yourself, and you can get to the top of your game. This is about harnessing that anger and just recognizing that when you experience that, you can use it. You can utilize it to your own advantage. Illuminate the shadows. Recognize that if your reaction is healthy and it's an appropriate response, but sometimes it may be more intense than is relevant to the moment. And this is about understanding that, because if you listen to yourself and you recognize it, you can then approach this in a way that means your response, you can literally teach yourself to have a more measured response. Rather than what we could say a goal-orientated, more masculine response where we fire back, a more measured, windy, thoughtful kind of response, much more the energy of the feminine, of the queens that are showing up here. So this is what this is about. Letting something melt slowly, the snowflake. Rather than feeling cold, hardened by something because, what do I do? Just settle. Be still. I always think my own mentor always says, when in doubt, if you're not sure how to respond to something or you feel very fired up, pause, press the pause button and wait for 4 hours. And if you're still not certain in 4 hours, wait for 4 days, then 4 weeks and so on and so forth. But just give yourself time. They are wanting to give you so much information about how to navigate this, to empower you. You are dealing with, as I said, inequality in some way, shape or form. And and however that arrives in your world, it will be unique to you. However that arrives, this is here to help you to understand how best to handle this. Use your passion to take mindful, thoughtful, thought through, carefully listened to responses rather than immediate reactions, because you are going to get to the top of your game. You can do this. Let's get just a few more cards to see what else we're shown. And here they come through straight away for you. Okay, so this can be healed. The Three of Swords is very much a card of a broken heart. But the joy of this card, I always feel the threes are always a turning point. And the joy of this card is that it means that you can now begin to heal. You can put wrongs right. And what do we have next? You have justice. Justice will be served. You can put those imbalances. Justice will be served. You can make wrongs right, and you're going to be able to do this. Do it in a balanced way. We have the Two of Pentacles. The best way to achieve this is in a measured approach, where you listen and you respond. You'll want to react, because I think a lot of things in your life are going to press buttons, because that's actually why you came here, to address these inequalities, to address these imbalances. And way to go. My hat goes off to you. I have the most hugest respect for you. You're doing this and it's marvellous, and I cannot thank you enough, because this is what humanity needs. It's not the easiest of pathways, but way to go. You have experienced inequality at its worst in many lives before, and that is why it fires you up so much. You're not just born into a family where there's generational trauma attached to injustice, but you've lived it, and that is why this reading is coming through for you today. This is the time for you to change that, to bring things back into balance. The world is very higgledy-piggledy at the moment, topsy-turvy. We are seeing a lot of injustice and a lot of imbalance, but actually, this time around, it's going to be different, and you are here to make a difference. Harness that energy, my beautiful Pearl Twos. Hugest respect to you all. This is your reading. Don't forget, if you would like to make sure you never miss a reading as soon as I upload it, subscribe and press the little bell icon. Thank you for everything that you do, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, all the things you do that support the channel. I am sending you all the love in the world, and thank you so much for being here. If you're interested in harnessing energy, do check out of your emotions, do check that book out. It really will help you. It's really pragmatic, practical, and very insightful. A lot of people have found it really good. I'm not here to sort of blow my own trumpet, but it was, it's just, I've worked with thousands of people in my therapeutic practice, literally, and right at the centre of most people's difficulties, there's an inability to navigate how we feel and our emotions. So it really will help you. I'll list books that I do in the description box. If you're interested in any of them, do check them out. And don't forget to check out my other channel, where the monthly readings are for all the zodiac signs. Pile 2, tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. We are finding out about how a past life is contributing to your current situation. This is a really interesting card to get. Secret temptation, being led astray. But with the masks, this card this card, this token rather, indicates a lack of authenticity, actually. So I am quite curious, really, as to what's going on here. Is somebody not being completely honest with you? Let's find out more about your situation. And how is this connected to a past life? So we are going to draw 2 from this particular pack. We're going to draw your oracle cards first and see what we are shown for my beautiful pile of 3s. I'm seeing this and this one as well. Yes, I think that is right for you. And one from this pack as well. I'm actually seeing that one sneaking in there. Okay, let's look at your oracle cards. So you have the energy of Jupiter, which is really interesting because this is very expansive. It's very positive. It's about learning and growing. The granting of something, it's about blessings, good fortune, very, very expansive and very powerful and very good energy, very interesting. Then you have Mars. Wow, this is quite fascinating. You've got Mars, which is about taking action, potentially about having to confront something as well. So, I mean, Mars is the god of war. It doesn't necessarily mean, that we have to go into a warlike position. But this is really fascinating because I think there is something, or probably almost certainly someone, in your current situation who is... Now, whether you've known them before or not, I don't know yet. We'll explore this further. But their presence in your current situation is actually for you to... I think actually to resolve something here. It's to do with stepping up, maybe confronting something. Perhaps you haven't in the past felt able to have a voice. Maybe you have met people who were not authentic and you didn't feel able to speak your truth. And almost as if karmically, the purpose of them coming into your life at the moment, of somebody not perhaps being completely who they claim to be, is to... It's coming actually as a blessing to get you to be able to really step up and hold your own, or to confront something. But let's get more information. This is very interesting. It really, really is. So we've got Wizard of Awareness. Yeah, so this is teaching you to be fully aware, and also to pay attention to the details. Details we have. Now, this is fabulous. We've got Ride the Wave and Gentle Gardener. We also have Baby Steps, Action, coming through again in alignment with the Mars energy. Action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. Gosh, you're really being asked here to trust your intuition, trust your gut feeling. I think you have a real gut feeling about something. I think something is not completely upfront. Something isn't quite what it says on the tin. And you're being asked to really honour and trust your gut feeling and act accordingly. Almost like, don't wait for something to be proved to you. Don't wait for something to go wrong. Trust it. Act upon it. Your instinct is completely correct. Now, how does this connect to a past life? Is this someone you have met before that's come back as a kind of a test? Or, I mean, it may well be that for some of you, in a past life, you were met with a lack of authenticity. Maybe the wool was pulled over your eyes. Maybe you were tempted into something in a past life where, it looked good, but it wasn't what it said it was. You were led astray even by somebody. You could have been led astray. You might find yourselves in a position where you have really believed something, and now your gut feeling is really telling you, that was not correct. I thought that was really so true. I believed that person, or I believed that this was the right direction to go in. And now it's like, whoa, now this is not feeling right at all. This is not feeling good. But the purpose is for you to expand. It's fascinating that we have this energy of Jupiter. Blessings, good fortune. So you're growing beyond this. It's like you're becoming really savvy about something. With the gentle gardener, I'm looking at these beautiful eggs hatching. And ride the wave. Ride the wave has a joyous energy. So there's something very joyous, I kind of almost feel slightly triumphant, which is interesting. This will perhaps be a message for some and not all. There's almost, perhaps triumphant isn't quite the right word, but there's something about sort of, as I say, triumphant, but feeling like, wow, I can see this, I get this. I can see what's going on. Look at the magnifying glass highlighting something. Clarity. Can you see? That's what this word is here. If I was to turn it upside down, you can see it says clarity. You see things with clarity. And this is like knowing that you're right. There's something that does feel, maybe even almost slightly... I don't know if this is quite the right word, but it's coming through, so I'll use it. Like euphoric. When you think, do you know what, I'm right about that. And knowing that you're right. Like you're really being asked to trust something. The gentle gardener is interesting, and the baby steps. Take action before something escalates. I think maybe you can divert something or stop something from moving forwards negatively here, which is why there is such good fortune taking place around you. Let's draw your tarot cards. How does this... I want to find out more about your situation, because as well as the connection to a past life, and I especially want to find out more about it now, because I do feel this is giving guidance about what to do now. I did say right at the start, we'll get as much information for you as possible. I think there are things you can do right now to maybe follow through with something. I'm seeing this and this. I'm also seeing this. I think that is all for the moment. Yeah, we've got the card of summer, winter, and you have it in the summer position. Again, this is a really beautiful, bright day that we see a harvest. We then have the King of Forces. Now, this is interesting because the King of Forces is a very earthy energy. Very solid energy. And it's also, what we see here is this man standing with animals, like we have a deer and a wolf and a hare. Now, normally, you wouldn't necessarily see these animals together, especially like a wolf and a hare, because the wolf might actually want to eat the hare. So this is an energy that says you can bring something together. Something can be people who wouldn't normally get along, or a circumstance where things might not normally work. You can bring them together. Now look at this. We have a fated meeting. Okay, so absolutely, there is a past connection connected to your current circumstances where you have agreed to meet together at this moment in time. So this is very profound. We have 8 of Keys, the Master Artisan. Wow. Wow, 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 and more wow. Your story is unfolding. I feel this is a really significant reading. For those of you for whom this is resonating, this is going to be, I feel like this is quite significant. I feel very humbled to be bringing this message through for you. We have the Master Artisan. This means that something will be, somebody in your current situation, you'll be working with them with real purpose. The Lookout, and I think you can divert or change or transform a situation. Let me put that there. Can we move these along, get all of these cards in view? Yeah, I think we can do that. And then we have, interestingly, we have the autumn spring card. How interesting, we have summer and winter. Actually, I'm going to put these together. Put those there. And I'm going to put these up here. So you've got the summer card and then you have the autumn. Something can be diverted and brought to a completion. But something that was trouble or secret temptation, being led astray, somebody not being authentic, diverting or resolving a situation. It's quite a complex situation that's going on around you, pile 3. Your current situation I feel like it may involve more than one person, a circumstance, a situation, but I do feel there is a key person here. Let's get more information and really, really dive into this. First of all, what exactly is the secret temptation? So what is it that's leading you astray? What's the secret temptation? Can we ask more about that? So we just get the High Priestess here, for starters. So we know this is guided. Okay. The fated meeting. Okay. We then have the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is a card that tells us that an ending is in sight. And likewise, we have the Lookout, where he's looking back. This is this ship is burning. There's a need to exit a situation. You're being guided to exit something or conclude something. We're moving from summer to autumn. So there's a movement forwards. Autumn is the fall. You're being guided to move from something. Some of you to move away from something that looks good but isn't what it says on the tin. Okay, and we have the Sun, which is a really beautiful card. Again, we've got this fabulous energy coming in. Okay. Right, I think this is really, really interesting. I suspect that there is maybe a choice in front of you where you could kind of choose one path or another, or one person or another. And I think somebody, or one situation or another, or one job or another, or one avenue, one route. You can go down one route or you can go down another route. There's definitely a choice. I'm sort of being shown these 2 options. Right, and this is where we have the summer card and the fall, the autumn. Right, you're faced with a situation, the High Priestess as well. We have a black and a white column. I think you're faced with a situation right now, and you could go in one of 2 directions. One, I think, is actually potentially detrimental to you. This is really very specific. It might look good, it might even sound good, but it's not real, it's not genuine, it's not authentic. And I think your gut feeling, your intuition says something doesn't feel quite right, and you're right about it. The other position, the other road, is one of harvest, openness, authenticity. I think you have a choice. You could go down the really productive, authentic, dedicated route, or you could go down one that's going to be quite... I think there is 2 pathways in front of you, or 2 options. You could travel one road or you could travel another. Now, firstly, be gentle with yourself. Try not to feel, too persecuted by this choice or this decision. Take baby steps. You do need to take an action. You are faced with a choice. And it is a choice that ultimately is yours. The karmic element of this, interestingly enough, is that you were going down one road And I think somebody else has come in to give you an option to take a different pathway. You were going down one road, there's an option to take a different pathway. Look at the gateway here. If you'd stayed on a particular pathway, or you travel down, as I said, it literally is a sort of, that somebody has come in from a guided position to give you an option to move to almost, I would venture to say, for some of you, it could be like an ethical dilemma, to walk the good red road, as it were, literally. You know, you can honour differences, but nevertheless, I mean, this is a man of peace, the King of Forces. His energy is so harmonious that he walks a pathway of peace, basically, which is why the animals come to him, and even though they might be not like generally not the best of friends, he walks a pathway of peace, and his energy is so peaceful and so grounded and so earthy that, you know, that they are at peace around him. I think there is an option for you. Somebody is coming in. I suspect as well with the Eight of Keys, this is a situation that's to do with work or money. I think this is connected to your work, probably to work, to money. There could even be an ethical dilemma where you could take a route where it might look as though you could earn a lot from it, but it might not be the most ethical way to move forwards. Ultimately, you'll do better off taking the route that's ethical, and actually the harvest will come in for you. I literally do feel there is a decision for you to make here. Gosh, such a clear reading. Baby steps. You will need to take action. So let's ask about how you proceed with this. If this is not resonating with you, then this may not be the right reading for you, because this is unbelievably specific. Okay, big wad of cards coming out, but I'm going with them. How do pile 3 proceed with this? So first of all, we have the Two of Wands. Baby steps, but you do need to take action. I mean, the Two of Wands is a card of action. That's it. It's a card of action. You hold the world in your hands. You are not disempowered in this situation. You have choices. Absolutely, you do not. You have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so this is a time for you to, I want to almost say with the Two of Wands, come out of your cave. In some tarot packs, the Two of Wands is depicted as someone coming out of a cave. In one of the, I think it's the New Mythic Tarot pack, which is actually my oldest tarot pack. It's the pack I've had longer than any other, I think. But in that pack, the Two of Wands is depicted with and in the cave, the entrance to the cave, we see Chiron, the wounded healer, who was persecuted. Interestingly enough, he was wounded, persecuted, and he was able to heal others. So anyway, the key to that card, that energy, is about coming out of your cave, actually saying something, bringing something into the open. The Queen of Wands, you are in a position to make a very empowered choice here. Nobody else can make this choice for you, but it is really, really clear. In many ways, it really is quite black and white, actually. We have the Knight of Pentacles suggesting that, again, it's the same energy, very similar energy to the King of Forces, but this is about moving something forwards. The Knights have a forward motion to them, and the King of Pentacles is he brings in integrity. So I do think someone is coming in offering you a pathway of integrity. There is somebody there here who can help you. It could even be that there is someone who can help you to transform this situation. We have the 10 of Cups, which is beautiful energy. 10 of Cups is about connection, family, joy, happiness, celebration, unity. This is lovely. Love. It's about love, fulfillment, happiness, fulfillment. We have the Queen of Swords. I think you have to make a choice and be quite clear-cut about it. But look at this, the Ace of Pentacles. You know, you will be rewarded. If any of you are facing a situation, something almost like whistleblowing is coming to mind for some of you, that sort of black and white choice. You know, somebody offering you something and you're thinking, well, that's very tempting, but somebody could be even spinning a bit of a yarn. But actually, the key here is to hold the high road, the good red road. It's really, really clear. Somebody, I also feel, is here to show you the way. Someone is here to highlight that right pathway, or to guide you, or to support you. There's a connection, a community behind you, or a love, a happiness. Yeah, I feel that it's funny, isn't it? The whistleblowing coming in, almost as if, but you have a choice. And I know you may be feeling a bit burdened by this choice. That's really clear. But in all honesty, I think in your heart of hearts, trust your intuition, there's only one way to go. You need to sort of break this open. Those eggs were being cracked open, they're hatching. I think in your gut feeling, you know there's only one way to go, and that's the way to do this. And in doing this, you actually, you follow you do the right thing in some situation. And this is beneficial to you. You are rewarded for it. Interestingly enough, let's now dive into the past life scenario. Now, you've either known, let's say the more not okay route. You've either known somebody before, and this is like a test for you. It's a challenge to see whether you will, if you were led astray before, you now have an opportunity to do the right thing. So this is dealing with something from a past life where you either didn't have the strength, or you didn't know, you didn't understand. Likewise, I think that there is a connection. I mean, absolutely unquestionably, someone in your current scenario, you've known them before. You made an agreement. Maybe they said, I will come here to assist you with this now. I think because this is generally in the upright position, a really joyous meeting. And a really fruitful one. So I think it could be that someone comes along and they are really, really, really here to help you. This is a wonderful meeting. If you're in a job where you kind of know it's not very ethical and therefore it doesn't resonate with you, for example, and you're longing to move to another alternative, I think somebody's coming in to offer you an opportunity. It might not, it may not appear to be as lucrative, but I think it will be more so. But it will also be fulfilling. But there is it does feel as though there is a choice. It's a bit more sticky. It's not so straightforward as just, I don't enjoy this job and I don't like working for a company that's not ethical. There's something more than that going on here with the masks here. And the secret temptation. There is something going on here that isn't okay. You know it's not okay in your heart of hearts. And this is confronting you. But the past life connection is twofold. For some of you, it's because in a past life you weren't able to overcome something, or faced with a dilemma, you didn't know what to do, or there weren't choices available to you. This time round there are. So this is like upgrading your soul your soul's evolution. It's like, I don't have to do that, I can do the right thing. Integrity makes me shine, and I'm going to do it, and you do get rewarded for it. Whereas but somebody, I also think, has come in to offer you an option or an alternative, or giving you the higher ground, or even the dilemma that you might be facing. Whoever's involved in taking the higher road, that they are here to help you, and this is going to elevate you, stop you from sitting on the bridge of a burning ship, and actually be in a space of profound productivity and success. So this is what this reading is about. I'm somewhat blown away by it, I will be truly honest. So specific, it's untrue. Wow. Okay, well, my beautiful souls, Pile 3, tons and tons of love. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and all the things you do that support the channel. If you are wanting to make sure you never miss a reading, then don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon, and then you should get the readings as soon as they come should come into your stream. And also, if you are interested in manifesting with the moon and understanding how to work with, really to enhance your intuition and work with the incoming energy, do check out my Manifest with the Moon Astro Moon Diary. It's a book that will literally, it's a tool. It will teach you to manifest with the highest possible vibration of the energy that's around us. And just do check out all sorts of things. I'll put the links to everything below. Tons of love, pile 3. And also, don't forget to check out the all zodiac sign readings for the month on my other channel. Tons of love, and I will see you soon.